have asked what is, or rather who is our favourite character in Legendary Kingdoms. And we thought we'd talk about that now.
Yeah, well, I mean, you wrote the book, so you get to go first.
I get to go first.
And I'll just critique anything that he says.
My favourite, I think, just in terms of personality, is Tasha. Tasha is the character with the least hang-ups in LK, and she is just a joy to write because she just doesn't care. And she's really the only character, well, maybe except for Brash, who can leap up on a table and sing, and she does what she wants, just because it feels good. And she's from a very uninhibited culture, whereas everyone else has got a bit of a mopey backstory really, and Tasha's largely had a pretty decent time of it.
For anyone who's new to the LK project, each of the books in the series has a storyline for one of the characters. Book 1 was Akiro, Book 2, Sar Jessica Dane, and Book 3, this one, you're in for a treat because this one is Tasha's story. But yeah, saying that she's a lot less restrained than in Book 2, where it's Sar Jessica, someone who's about to inherit the duchy, someone who is having to behave in a way that's expected of someone who's about to take power. Yeah, that's not really Tash, is it?
No. She has no responsibilities of any kind. So she's probably my favourite. If I absolutely had to pick, what about you? There's an additional, but there's
Amelia. Definitely. And now, for those who followed the Kickstarter campaign for Book 2, we actually ran a small mini adventure, a week-by-week mini adventure on our Facebook page and on the updates page of the last Kickstarter campaign. And that was an adventure with Amelia and some new characters, although Tash did come along and help her out.
Yeah.
But no, the reason why I like Amelia is because she has both the kick-ass qualities that you would expect in a frontline fighter, but also she is a spellcaster. Dequan's just a bit dull. I mean,
poor Dequan.
Bless him. But, he's not the same as Amelia. Amelia can do both, and I like an all-rounded character who, when you're choosing 4 out of the 6, and you've got to be careful to make sure you've got a spellcaster, but also you need people who can get stuck in on a punch up. I just think she's ace. Plus, her story, bastard, child of a duke. It's a good story. I like. We do get to see in Book 3 a little bit more of the relationship between Amelia Pastane and her sister Sar Jessica. Yep.
Now, Sar Jessica is fully legitimate, and it's a barony she's inheriting rather than a duchy. But these nobles and their titles, who cares? And you get to see a little bit more of how they interact, which I think came as a bit of a surprise to John, because I think he thought that Amelia and Sar Jessica would be on first name terms and so forth, but because of their very different social backgrounds. Amelia was basically raised in a stable,
but you kind of think that they would be on first name basis because they're adventuring together.
Yeah.
Anyone who's sat around a table playing D&D, you kind of don't necessarily hold up the rank structure within the party, but
it's much more. If anyone, I don't be too highfalutin, but if anyone knows their Shakespeare, it's much more based, their relationship, on Prince Hal, who becomes Henry V. Young Prince Henry likes to hang out with the commoners, and the commoners enjoy his company, but they never really treat him as one of their own. They always call him my lord, at the very least sir. They never insult him. They get him drinks, all that sort of stuff, and he is allowed to address them exactly as he pleases. And I wanted to capture that medieval sense of rank in the relationship between the two. Largely, the main reason why we haven't seen very much of their interactions together is simply because Jessica and Amelia as sisters don't have a romantic relationship, so they don't normally have too many scenes together. But I wanted to correct that in this, so you could see kind of how they get on in normal life, and if you played the adventure with the adventures that I did for the Legendary Kingdoms adventures, you'll see that Amelia will instinctively refer to lords as my lord, and she does the same with Sarjeska, calls her my lady. If you see her in the art, she's brushing Sarjeska's hair. They have it's not quite servant and master, but it is that kind of relationship, which is interesting because it's not the sort of relationships that we have in our world, in our lives. So
it also makes you, it's not dislike Jessica because she's obviously the character that I suppose everybody picks. I think that's fair to say.
Yeah, she's the big fighter, isn't she? Yeah.
I challenge, I'm sure there are people out there watching this at the moment going, I didn't pick Sarjeska. But I think in every time I've done a playthrough, I've always picked Sarjeska as the tank because she is that. But you still like her.
Yeah.
You still feel sorry for her that she has all this weight that she's carrying around on her shoulders. Then you see how she treats Amelia, and it balances things a bit. So yeah, it's you're in for a treat with book 3.
Yeah.
Let us know on the comments below what you think of the different characters. And I think we're probably going to try and get those mini adventures out published as a single booklet at some time soon.
Yes.
So
we did say we would.
Yeah, so that we'll make sure everybody knows about that and then can download it and have a little read through of the mini adventures everyone played last year.
Yeah.
But thanks for watching.